Hello, hello, hello.
It's Sunday. I'm CJ and we're back. I have been on the channel for 4 years, 3.5 years, something like that. And it's really nice to be back in my original spot where I used to always be on a Sunday, because I can be more relied upon to make videos if I have a weekend. That being said, this is my 3rd time making this video, and I'm doing well, but I'm losing my mind also. So I'm taking Sundays back, because they are a day that's meant for as little as possible, ideally. So what do you need to know? I live in London, where I am currently working on my PhD in creative writing and queer studies. I'm a poet. I'm also an academic. I'm a complete nerd. I love books, I love writing, I love talking about queer theory, I love reading about queer theory. In general, the queering up of spaces is my jam. I have been a tran. Now it's starting to feel like trans anonymous already. See, this weird thing when you said stuff more than once, this has now become something where I'm like, how many times have I said this? I have been a tran, I have been an out tran, a public tran, for nearly 5 years. Nearly 5 years, yeah. In fact, next week, Trans Day of Visibility will be my 5th anniversary. Because unlike quite a lot of people on the channel and in general that you just sort of see on YouTube, I'm one of those people that came out to myself much later in life. I was 28 before I was suddenly like, something is going on here. I made my way through LG&B before suddenly I was like, oh, that T is right where it's at. So I am on testosterone at the minute, which I'm about to go off for a short period of time because I am going through fertility treatment. I am going through so that I can have my eggs put in a basket for later if I want them, where I don't have to do very much with them until they are hatched into little. As you can tell, my understanding of human reproduction is A+. I live in West London, I live in Notting Hill, with my French bulldog Tiggy. She is 14 months now, and she is the next love of my life. Those of you who have been around previously will remember Miles. He was the first love of my life. Unfortunately, he passed away about 18 months ago. So things were a little bit rocky there. Aside from the trans thing, I mean, I do a lot of stuff as like a professional trans person. That's really where I'm at in terms of like activism and advocacy. I care very much about making spaces safe for people and like queering spaces and making sure that you're allowed just to be who you are and to do what you want to do and to care about what you want to care about. I am very into politics. I'm like that kid, you know, and like particularly like podcasts, things like that. I'm sort of equally obsessed and horrified by domestic politics in the UK as I am about politics everywhere else up to and including America. My other half, Hap, is American, so I do care a lot about what goes on in the States. I think this is the sound of a French bulldog breaking in my door. So this little love bug is Tiggy. Tiggy, who's this? What's this? Is that you? Is that you? She's a little monster and is very, very, very loved. It feels weird to do a sort of general introduction to a channel where like some of you have seen, you know, since the days before I was on T and before I've done stuff. So introducing is always like an odd one, because it's like, what do I want you to know? What do you already know? I was born in the north of England. I lived there till I was 18, and then I moved to the Republic of Ireland. I lived in Dublin for 7 years. My first degree I got from Trinity College Dublin, and Dublin is still my #1 favourite city on earth. I try to go back there as much as possible. I've been in London for nearly 7 years, and I'm just kind of working things out kind of as we're here. The thing that I enjoy about my life is that I'm openly out everywhere as a trans person. My pronouns are they, their and them, which means that the conversation about why that might be true, why those are my pronouns come up, you know, instantaneously. I also help to run like a queer community thing in London. So if any of you are interested in meeting up with like-minded queers, it's fundamentally for women, non-binary people and trans people to come hang out in a situation that's not about dating and not about drinking and just about having a bit of a social life. Feel free to hit me up, because the more the merrier. We are trying to make a space that is super inclusive and super fun and is a chance for people in the city to meet each other, really, and just to be able to find queer friends if that's what you're looking for and that's kind of what you miss. So the other things that the things that I will probably talk about and that will at least come up in videos, I talk a lot about mental health. I have issues with depression and have gone through, you know, rounds of counselling and things like that. At the minute, meds and everything are in a good place. But I don't see that being something that anyone should be ashamed of, and I think it's really important that we talk about like the stuff that we go through and what helps, and don't pretend like this is a thing that doesn't kind of affect a massive number of people, either because you have it yourself, because you have a relationship, a partnership, a friendship, a family relationship with somebody who's also experiencing it. I also have elderly parents, so that's something that will often come up because my transition is in a kind of odd space. I came out via the Daily Mail to a certain extent to quite a lot of my relatives. So me being out is not a thing. My mum has a sort of Parkinson's type condition, which means that my issues with my family and kind of health and stuff like that tend to be very much more about her health. And my transness really takes a back seat to that. I am trying to navigate the world now as an adult and have an adult life, while also, you know, back home now, my family is more of a, I need to help take care of them, rather than them necessarily caring for me. Which isn't to say that my family don't care about me. I'm very lucky. I have a very good relationship with my family. And then also I'm a queer person of faith, and I am willing and happy to discuss what a lot of those things mean. But I'm just super fascinated by everybody's intersection with their transness and other stuff, because I think we are all like a massive, you know, patchwork quilt of experiences and things that we learn and things that we go through. But it's super nice to be back. It's super great to be here, and tell me who you are. Tell me what's going on in your life. Tell me. Let's have as much of a weird relationship as we can when you're there and I'm here and Tiggy's down there, and let's do it, because I think that's the thing that we do really well, when we make space for each other to tell stories and chat and have conversations, and I'm here for it. So yeah, good to be back. I will speak to you guys next week.